Hello my friends and welcome to episode 6, already episode 6 of our Football Manager 2020 Beta Let's Play. I'm just putting my phone on silent because I've just realised I forgot to do that. So that is now done, so I won't interrupt us. We've got 2 games for today's episode, 2 big games. See at the top, we are second in the table. That tells you we've had quite a bit of form since the last episode where we drew to Porto right here. We then beat Pamplona 3-0. Messi, Griezmann and Charles Elena with the goals before we played Mallorca in the second leg. We had a sort of normal looking scoreline for once in the Copa del Rey. We won 3-0 against a side of division below us. Very normal indeed. A brace from Messi who played, and Ronald Azuro scoring as well. He has been absolutely brilliant when he's played. I kind of feel like I should maybe play him a bit more, but PK is also one of our best performers. So then we played Levante. We won 1-0. That was a goal from Gabriel Barbosa before Athletic Bilbao. A demolition for us here. We were 5-0 up. They got a late consolation goal, but Pedri, from memory, absolutely bossed this game. Messi on the score sheet as well. Griezmann and Barbosa with 2. I'm sure Pedri scored the 5th goal, and I looked at him and went, yeah, he deserves that, and then subbed him off to give him a rest. Pedri has came into the team and he's been absolutely outstanding, and that is one of the big reasons why. And I go back to, I think it was episode 3, where I said, it was recommended in the comments moving Messi to Mazelia, and I think it was a really good idea. I think I had a bit of mixed success. I don't know how well it actually worked looking back results wise. That was our sort of patchy form, but I don't think that was necessarily having Messi at Mazelia. I think that was, I adjusted the tactics after that and moved Messi onto the right wing at the same time, so I think it was genuinely the tactics rather than Messi. But Pedri has came down, he's laid claim to that, and I think we really need to be looking to develop the youngsters, and I think truthfully selling Messi in the summer is the right decision. We then played Porto away from home. We needed to go there, we needed to score. They scored early, so we needed to score to just get to extra time, which we did through Pedri. Unfortunately went to extra time and they won in extra time. We didn't play well, truthfully speaking. If you look at the 2 Porto games, we dominated the first half, if you remember from last episode. If you've not seen it, go back and check it out. And they changed something at half time, I'm not quite sure what. I tried 3 or 4 different sort of change-o tactical wides during this game, and the one that I done in the second half seemed to work. But then in extra time they changed something again, and I never, no matter what changes I made, it just wouldn't work. Unfortunately, they just were too good for us. I just think they had more energy than us, if I'm honest with you. I think the age of the squad is really catching up with a lot of these players. You will see Frankie de Jong in a lot of these games as well, been getting him into that CDM spot, trying to get him back up to fitness and trying to get him back playing good football. But again, disappointing there, and the board are really angry about this. So we played Real Sociedad, I believe Real San Sebastian afterwards. We won 2-1, Pjanic and PK with the goals. We were 1-0 up and cruising, and they scored a sort of bizarre goal, and then PK got us a late winner, a deserved late winner I should add, before we played at Villavoid. We won 2-0, Lionel Messi scoring and Azuro sealing the deal late on. Messi's was a penalty, if I remember correctly. It was a couple of hours ago I played that. Purely on basis I had the kids couldn't record, which is a big reason again of why I record ahead. But as you've seen, I do read the comments, I do try and reply to every single one of them, apart from the spam comments, and that brings me on to one very important point I need to mention, and I'll mention this during the gameplay for the people that just watch the gameplay as well. If you see a link in my comments, do not click it. I'm getting a lot of spam comments with links just now. I'm deleting them as quickly as I see them. But if you see one that's, either fallen under the radar or I've not seen it yet, please do not click it. I should also state, in this Villavoid game, it was 3 days ago, so you can see this is a vastly rotated team now. Messi played, Barbosa played, PK and Longley played. I didn't really have much of a choice there, but midfield wise played. We've promoted a lad called Nico. He made his debut. He is looking fairly handy. I've offered him a new contract. I'm kind of hoping he signs it. I'm kind of hoping that the playing him helps him sign that contract. It's a lot more money than what I would want to spend on a guy of his age and ability, but I think realistically it's probably the kind of contract he would get if he moved elsewhere, so we need to give him it if we want him to stay around. And I see him being slightly better than Charles Elena. So hopefully he can come in and do a job. We also promoted, Alex Collado, who also made his debut in this game off the bench. He came on for Messi when we were 1-0 up and cruising. I think they got a man sent off, and I was just like, right, get everyone rested now. Game should be won. We can see it out, and then Alujo scored, of course. But he again looks very, very good. And this is something that I really need to highlight. I have been so focused this season on the first team that I've sort of ignored the B team and the under-19s on the basis of the first team has been the priority. And I got a message about B team under-19s results a couple of weeks ago. I want to show you this. Now we're in the quarter-final, I believe, of some cup that comes with this. What group were we in? Were we in group 3? Yes, we were. There you go. 38 games played, 38 games won, for 222 goals, only conceding 13 for a goal difference of 209. Espanyol, 2 of their losses were to us, of course, on 103 points, couldn't even get close. A perfect season for the under-19s. Obviously this cup thing will go for through a few of the groups, and I think there was a couple of other teams that went unbeaten. I think, as you see, Real Madrid 2 points behind us, so, and I believe we've got them in this cup actually. So that's going to be a very, very good game. Now I did scout all the Espanyol youngsters, and none of them were really worth picking up. And then if we go to the B team, they've had a very similar season. So Division 3, as you see, 27 games played, 21 of them won, 6 drawn, 55 goal difference. I did promote one other player. Now he's been promoted twice. He started off in the under-19s, promoted him to the B team, where he played 4 games, scored 1. But this guy, I feel like he's ready for, pushing on, being that sort of second, third striker option for us in the meantime. It is Peku. I kind of just want to call him PK. Peku. I don't know how you pronounce it. Someone let me know how you pronounce this. But he's signed a couple of contracts with us. He's been promoted up twice. Obviously didn't get a lot of games in the B team, which is surprising actually. And there's another striker in the B team as well who's probably ready to be promoted. And there's 3 guys in the under-19s that I'm just letting them see out this season basically, and at the end of the season I'm going to promote them straight to the first team. And that's kind of going to affect how my transfer business goes. I think in hindsight, I said this save was the better of the 2 against Dortmund. I see this as very much a long-term project, and what you really need to do is to go into your club vision and sign high reputation players out. You're not going to do that with Barcelona this year. Not first season. It's not going to happen. Look at our finances. We sold Petri for £50 million. Now we've not spent £50 million. I can assure you we did not spend £50 million because we only got Petri. Sergio Rodrigo, or Roberto rather, we sold for £50 million. We only got half that. We spent 10 million on Grimaldo, I think, 12 million. It's about 12 million on Barbosa up front, and 8 million. So 24 million, 8 million, 32 million we spent. We've sold 58. Plus a 60 actually. We started off with 68 million in the bank. We're now minus 2. We are burning through around about £12 million a month. You're not signing high profile players, I can't assure you, unless you sell Messi, you sell Griezmann, you sell Coutinho, which first window and even January is nigh on impossible, I can guarantee. But we're going to get into the first game. Now this should have been already in there. We're 8 minutes into this video. I do apologise guys. I'll see you pitch side. So here we are, just about to go pitch side now. I should have shown you the league table, so I'm going to do that, but I just wanted to show you it's coming in. 6 changes from the last match. Now Pedri is a bit apprehensive, so we need to maybe keep an eye on that. But as you see, Real Madrid have a game in hand on us, but we are only a point behind now, so a win puts us top of the league by 2 points, with Real Madrid having played a game less. So hopefully we can go out there and get a win, put the pressure on them, and maybe they have a slip up. Now I don't know who their game in hand is. I'm looking at the numbers now. We're 27, Atletico Madrid's 27, Real Madrid's 26. Who are they not playing? Who have they not played? There should be another 27 here. Because otherwise it doesn't add up. There's somebody there that's missing a game. Us and them, which will take us up to 28, they'll be up to 20. Atletico Madrid. So they've actually, their game in hand's a tough one as well. You know, Atletico Madrid might be sitting in 7th, but they're not a bad team, and I would expect them to come and finish the season strongly. As you see, Luis Suarez, top goal scorer in the league, quite comfortably ahead of Griezmann now. Obviously Griezmann's not been playing up top for us, and he does start today. It's not letting me submit team. There we are. So this is the team. So we've got Ter Stegen, Mbabu, Piqué, Longley and Grimaldo, which is my preferred defensive line. I'm looking at probably selling most of that defensive line in the summer. Certainly the central defenders, I'll probably sell most of them in the summer, to be honest. Longley, I don't think it's quite at the level that we want. Piqué is obviously aging. Titty is actually one of our highest earners and barely plays. So I think a reshuffle there, and probably selling Jordi Alba wouldn't be a bad idea either. We've got Frankie de Jong at CDM, we've got Coutinho and Pedri, our usual midfield, and then we've got the sort of the senior statesman of the team in Messi and Griezmann on the wings, with Barbosa up top. We've not beat them, so I think we're going to try a different one. Go and get revenge. Now, individuals, I don't like that I have to unselect every single player. Let me go to individuals and select players. Now the only one I want to have selected is Pedri, because he was apprehensive coming into the game. So I'm going to go hands in pocket. I have faith. Simple. Done. We'll send the assistant that. I really need to set that up. We have changed the coaching staff a little bit. It's not enough for me to excuse me, go and say this is what needs to happen. Coaching staff wise, I'm struggling to find good coaches, to be honest. I did have a go for Danny McGrain, and he signed a new contract with Celtic. I still find it very, very bizarre that he is the best, if not the second best, or certainly up there, defensive coaches in the game. And someone said to me he's been like that for years, and I don't think Celtic are that good a defensive team, and I don't think they have been for a very long time. Oriozola bringing this across. Modric, oh, that's a thunderbolt from Luka Modric. Not much you can do about that. Was a bit of a thunderbolt. We maybe need to be putting in a bit of more of a challenge here though. Odegaard getting away too easily and then doubling up, and then Modric gets a bit of space, hits it first time, back of the net. A tough one to take, that one. Cruz with the free kick. They're looking a bit more on top now. Cleared away. Pedri now, he does have some legs in him. He can bring this out. Can we get a mix of camera angles there from the director? Unfortunately, we didn't really get to see much of what was going on from the angle that we're there, or at least I don't think it ever looks natural from those sort of end-to-end cameras. Sergio Asensio just goes past Kevin Mbabu far too easy here. He's got across. He's done that thing where you shoot from the byline again. I need to get a shout in here, and I need to get the pause button on literally as soon as the highlight ends so that we can get it done. Coutinho whips it across to Leo Messi. Piqué launches forward, finds Mbabu, who heads on to absolutely nobody. I need to make some changes. This style is not working out at all. Odegaard whips it across to Asensio. He's against Mbabu again, goes past him far too easy. Thankfully fluffs his lines. Now I'm going to go to tactics. We're going to go attacking, slightly higher tempo, slightly more direct. Maybe stop playing out of defence a bit. I'm going to take off prevent short distribution as well. I think we've got maybe the edge in the air, and a lot of our goals, I should take that off completely, to be honest. So a lot of the goals we concede are just absolute hoofballs. Maybe a bit unlucky to be down. Obviously it was a thunderbolt from what do you call him, Modric, but we've not turned up yet so far. Hopefully the changes to tactics helps. Grimaldo into Philippe Coutinho. Frankie de Jong. Good ball for Pedri, who's been an absolute stalwart for us this season. Great save from Thibaut Courtois. Can we get a break in one of these big games, guys? Can we get a break in a big game? Messi launches in, cleared away from PK by Eder Militao. Lionel Messi picks up again. Kevin Mbabu. Just not good enough. Not good enough. I'll wait until half time. Going by the stats now, since the change, it's saying that we deserve to be ahead. I'm going to go with a point finger, shows me something else. And then we're going to continue on into the second half. And hopefully we can get something. Apologies if you can hear dogs outside. Obviously not a whole lot I can do about that. Good ball forward from Grimaldo, but nobody paying attention. Odegaard brings it forward. He's gone past Grimaldo, but Grimaldo's recovered quite well. Oriozola into Casemiro. Poor pass from Casemiro, and Griezmann comes away. Great ball over the top for Barbosa. Can he finish? It's a tame one. It is a tame one. Going to fire them up. See what we can do. We're going to have to bring Messi off as well. He's absolutely knackered. So who am I going to bring on for Messi? I think we're going to bring on Dembele. I quite like Dembele on this right hand side. And then continue. And then demand more. Go very attacking now. Now sub off Coutinho for Pjanic. Straight swap. And it says Grimaldo's on a 6.1, so we'll bring him off as well to have Jordi Alba on the bench. I feel like I should have Jordi Alba on the bench, but I don't know. There he is, sub 10. Now if I was at the other end of the screen watching it with you guys, I'd be absolutely shouting that he's sub 10, mate. At the screen, it does annoy me. Is there any other changes we need to make right now? I'm tempted for 5 for Griezmann. Yeah, we're going for it. Fresh legs, see if it works. We need to be getting game time into these guys that are going to be here next season. No, I'm not bringing off Gerard Piqué. I don't care if he's on a yellow card. The next game is not as important as this one. Mendy in for Valverde. Can Dembele get a tackle in there? He gets a block in instead, and away he goes. Can he find someone in the middle? He goes alone. It's wide of the post. I feel like we're due a goal. I feel like we are good for a goal. And Babu is knackered. Do we still have a sub left? 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've done it over 2. So yes. Serginho Dest, on you come, pal. Come on. We've earned a goal. With the tactical changes, we've earned a goal. Mendy clears. PK. Launches forward. Dembele. Frankie de Jong over the top for Dembele. Can we get that goal that we deserve? No. And why is Fatty just jogging? Oh, how have we not scored? I genuinely think we need to win game 2 here, guys. I genuinely think we could be on our way out if we do not win the Copa del Rey. And that's cost us £4 million, by the way, as well, because we played Dembele off the bench. I'll see you pitch side in just a minute for the Copa del Rey final. Welcome back to the Copa del Rey final, where we are ravaged by injuries. In between the Classico, where we lost unfortunately in the first game, of course, and this game, we played Sevilla. We won 3-1 and we finished the game with 9 men because of injuries. Longley got substituted off early, got stretchered off. Grimaldo was then forced off. I got about an extra 30 minutes to what I should have out of him. In reality, he does make the bench because he's literally our only defensive option. After I made the next set of subs, which, you know, I had to do Grimaldo on a double, which is why I got the extra 30 minutes, forced the extra 30 minutes out of him, so that I didn't lose a sub. Other players started to tire, so I made my other 2 subs, and then Messi got stretchered off, and then Nico, the young lad, got stretchered off as well. And now he had a really good game. He got a goal and assist. He is just fit enough to start today, so he does actually start. And Umtiti's picked up another training injury, so I basically decided I'm selling him in the summer. He spent basically the whole season injured. He's played 4 games and he's on 210 grand a week. He is not worth it. We'll just get him out of the club. It's simple as that. But basically, Messi's out for this season, if not most of the season, all of the season. The same with Longley and Umtiti. So basically, we're down to 2 central defenders. I'm going to have to promote from the B team or the under-19s and hope that they have someone for those roles. Serginho Dest is also suspended today, so that leaves the team like this. We've got Ter Stegen in goal, we've got Kevin Mbabu, Piqué, Araujo at left centre back. I really like him at right centre back, not left centre back. Jordi Alba in at left back, Frankie de Jong, Nico and Pedri making up the young central midfield pairing that had impressed against Sevilla. I gave Nico a start actually just to rest Coutinho, and he impressed enough that I've given him this start. Dembele in for Messi, Griezmann and Barbosa up top. I also started Piqué, the young lad who, I don't know how to pronounce his name, please let me know. He got his debut, it actually hit the post, he had a couple of good chances, just couldn't quite get away there to get his goal, unfortunately. We're going to go with special day for supporters, and then I'm going to go hands together, make the difference. Hands together, make the difference. Attackers, hands together, make the difference. Now I have taken off the press thing, you know, the prevent the short goal kicks, because I feel like that's kind of maybe been part of our problem recently, and hopefully it fixes the issue. We did play very well against Sevilla. 3-1 was quite flattering to them, and that was with us playing 20 minutes with 9 men, so it's all good. Do that because I didn't realise I had hit early crosses on. I must have accepted a recommendation. I just said to do that, so hopefully you've done it. Griezmann with the free kick just wide against his former club. Hopefully we can get a result here today. We've started positive. I've done a team meeting before this game and basically said, you know, come back with the cup, and everyone got rallied up and Messi went, we're not going to let anyone take away our cup, are we? Yeah mate, I would really love to have you in the team right now because you were more fired up than absolutely everyone else in that dressing room, and this is the kind of stage where I expect. Now obviously we've kind of got to this final based on luck of the draw. We've not had a top division team all the way through. We've dodged every single team that is in La Liga to get to the Copa del Rey final, which is insane when you think about it. But obviously Atletico Madrid have had a much harder run coming in than us. Now I'm going to go with none of them. We've been a better team. That feels like the right one to me, actually, to be honest. I feel like we have been a better team. A lot more to come. A lot more to come. A lot more to come. Now obviously the benefit of this lot of injury crisis is it does get people game time. The disadvantage is Real Madrid lost to Real Betis at the weekend after the game against us, where we won, so we're back to a point behind them with them having a game in hand, which is against Atletico Madrid, as we've said, or as we worked out. God, where's that losing out there? Suarez and Ikoke. Oh, this is dangerous. I don't feel like they would deserve a goal here. Ter Stegen stands strong. The move maybe deserves a goal, but I don't feel the overall play deserves a goal. That's what I mean by that. Players starting to tire. Nico and Griezmann. Maybe need to look at bringing them off soon as Euro gets up there and gets it away. He's one that certainly will benefit from game time, and he is one that is in my thinking for the future. You know, if he finishes this season strong, now that he's going to basically be forced to play. I'm not so sure on him on the right. On Nico injured again. Okay, straight swap for Marlon Pjanic. This is the second game in a row he's been subbed off now. I did relax my training routines. but obviously it's not done enough there. Dembele's starting to look quite tired, as is Griezmann. Don't want to sub both of them off ideally, and I think I can only sub one of them off anyway. We've only got 2 subs, so we've got Coutinho on the bench, we've got Fati on the bench, and Charles Elena and Sergio Busquets. So I think we will go with Ansu Fati for Dembele. We'll put him onto winger attack, mix things up a bit, and Coutinho as an inside forward or an inverted winger on the left. Gonna up the tempo slightly. In fact, no, we'll keep it on lower pass, and that's fine. I'm fairly content with that. And as I said, I made that adjustment to prevent a short goalkeeper distribution off, because I felt like that was maybe part of our problem. So that should be all 3 of our subs now made. Don't think we're allowed any more unless it goes to extra time, which is fine. I don't think our bench looks that particularly strong right now either. Cross towards Ansu Fati, unfortunately not the tallest there. I've not adjusted my free kick routines because I've not seen enough free kicks to really see what's going on with them. That's maybe why. As we look to recycle this, Kevin Mbabu all the way back to Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, who's come out well to collect that and gets it forward to Gerard Piqué, back to Ter Stegen. Their press looks fairly decent here, but he's found Pjanic in space. Good ball across for Ansu Fati on the right wing. That didn't look like a penalty. I'll be honest, that did not look like a penalty to me. No VAR in the Copa del Rey apparently. It'll be Pjanic stepping up, I think. It is indeed. The record from the spot is okay. He's missed that big one earlier in the season against Valencia, but I think every other goal he's scored this season, apart from one, has been a penalty when Messi's not been on the park. So puts us 1-0 up, and from here we can go straight into tactics, go to cautious, be more disciplined, time wasting frequently, take out that, take off that, slow pace down, hold shape, regroup, lower, standard. And someone's just signed into Steam to play Football Manager, so I can't confirm changes. It's the most annoying placement in the world. It's been like that for years. Someone comes onto Steam and you cannot confirm your changes. Pjanic with the free kick, let's make sure there's no counter. PK! His second of the season. And both of them, I think, have been fairly big headers from set pieces. Gerard Piqué, captain probably for the rest of the season now, because I gave him the vice captaincy over Sergio Busquets. Steps up when we need him. This is what we need. Have we got our first trophy as Barcelona manager? It might be enough to save our job, because unless Real Madrid slip up against Atletico Madrid and then another slip up, which I can't see happening, and we win all our games on top of that, you know, we're not winning the league. And I think they've just been too consistent to have that many slip-ups in such a short space of time, although they've had a fair few. For us to close the gap, obviously they've had a fair few recently. We're fairly good value. I don't think we're fairly good value for a 2-0 win, but I think we're fairly good value for the win. Post-match? There we go. You have to actually tick the post-match. I'm going to let this run out. Obviously a new routine for winning cups this year. And the Copa del Rey is apparently a shield. Oh no, it's not. It looked like a shield and now it's an actual cup. And there go the flares and the confetti. We are the champions of the Copa del Rey, or the Spanish Cup as the game's calling it. Our first trophy in FM21. It's not been a great season, but we're going to take that, and that hopefully gives us that desire to go forward. Again, I've got an achievement coming up, so I can't give this to the assistant manager, although yeah, I'm kind of going to do that anyway. So where are we going to be? I think if we look at the schedule, there's not really any game that stands out to me. That was it. So I think we now just go right to the end of the season. We'll do either an end of season review, or if in the last game against Alves there is a title decider, we'll have Alves there are obviously, if Real Madrid have a number of slip-ups in advantage of that, we will record that or record whatever game can get us the title kind of thing. I don't see that happening, so basically it's, if we can win the title, the last game, if it's a title decider or an end of season review is what I'm thinking, and that gets us through this season fairly quickly. We'll get maybe another 1, maybe 2 seasons out of this, depending on the Barcelona board allowing me to stick around. They refused to give me a new contract when I asked for one. But hopefully Club Vision has just gone up. We're still on a C. Devastated about that signing high profile players. I'm going to try and get that out. Obviously we failed our Champions League requirement. We've passed the Copa del Rey, Super Cup they weren't judging, and they're disappointed because we're a point behind Real Madrid in the league. Happy days. That is how tough the board are going to be at Barcelona. I think this is generally going to be a very hard save this season given the money and whatnot. Anyway guys, I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe. I'll hopefully catch you all next time.